Hello again, and welcome to the second part of the week of Miniature in Tune. Now, I wasn't supposed to take any classes because I was going to work on the auction, but Geoff kindly offered me a spot in his class, so I worked really hard to get the auction finished, and Marie and Monica helped me with that, and so I could take this class. And this was Geoff's classroom, a lovely, airy and light space with lots of windows right above the auditorium. And this, of course, is the beginning of the commode we were working on. The legs have been shaped, well, the basic shape is finished, and the sides have been made. And now I'm working on the drawers, the basic frame of the commode. And this is what it will look like eventually. Well, similar to that anyway. Here's the students. And this is actually Monica, who helped me organize Miniature in Tune. And we're hard at work making Geoff's beautiful little chest of drawers. And this is a photo of the lovely Marie, who was another organizer of Miniature in Tune this year. So we had Marie, Monica and I, who took over from Pien and Valeria in, February or March, I think. And Marie, Monica and I were all taking Geoff's class. So now we're doing this. I've already veneered the middle section of the drawer front, and now I'm putting veneer around the outside edges of the drawer. And this is hard to do with one hand because I'm holding the camera in my other hand. So I'm a little bit shaky. And of course I cannot do this. I can't actually cut them with one hand. But I'm just showing this on video for you.
Och så kan man skriva på baksidan vilken papper det är på.
Ja, det var 400.
And as I didn't expect to be in this class, I didn't bring any of the tools I needed for this class either. But so I didn't have my gluing jig or my tiny tipped wood glue bottle, etc. But it didn't really matter. Geoff had a lot of the tools, and it worked without the tools as well. And it really did work because listen to this.
That's good. Yeah, very nice.
Okay, thank you. Yep, that was a compliment from the teacher.
No, I can't finish that thing.
It's just the others put pressure on.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's them.
Not at all.
I haven't done with the fine sandpaper yet.
Yeah. Basically, we're going to get. Maybe we'll just try it on there before. Do you want to put them on sticks? Just some sticks up there with the sticky tape on. Do you know which is top to bottom?
Yeah,
The marks?
Geoff, do you have more of the sandpaper for these small blocks?
Yeah, with a strip.
So this is how far I got with my commode, and I still have to finish a lot. still have to finish the legs and of course the drawers and top. But I'll do that in the coming weeks. I was going to say days. That's not going to happen. Weeks, I hope. Let me open up the drawers, but I need 2 hands for that, so I'll have to put this down first. There. There's the 2 drawers. Bottom one. And this one, it fits, but I still need to do a little bit of work on it to make it fit even better. And those are the parts that go on top of the drawer. And that's the top drawer. Now I noticed that there's a bit of tiny little bit of veneer missing there, chipped off. So I need to fix that. And also on this corner of the drawer here, there's a tiny bit of veneer missing, which makes it look like it's rounded, which it's not. It's actually square, but the veneer came off, so that's why it looks rounded. And the top drawer fits really well. And I'll show you. I hope it does it. Ah, there it went. And this way you can also open the drawer. I hope it works. Put that straight. I have to hold on to it. I think that's so funny. Of course, it's the air that pushes through the back, pushes the top one out. I just think it's fun. And here's the marble top, which also still needs to be shaped and then finished with lacquer to make it shine. And here are the parts that go onto the drawer fronts and on the legs. You can see it here in the picture. There's drawer pulls and there's escutcheons. There's some ornaments for the legs, and here the skirting, or I don't know what that's called actually. Is that called skirting? I don't know. But the marble, I like it. It actually has a little bit of blue veining in there, which is interesting. And I'm curious what it will look like when it's varnished, or when it's has some varnish on it. And you wouldn't think so, but marble is actually quite easy to shape. I've done it before in another project, and I was surprised. It gives a lot of mess. It's very, very, very dusty to shape it, but it's not that hard. So, yeah. I need to get to work. And actually that is the, well, what do you call it? Diploma. It's not a diploma. It's a, I don't know. But I made these for each class, and I wasn't supposed to be in Geoff's class, but he let me in. I wasn't supposed to do any class. I was just supposed to work on the auction, and but then Geoff let me in, and I didn't print one for myself, so I got Geoff's one. Of course, I can print my own. Then on Friday night, we all showed our finished or nearly finished projects of the 2-day classes to each other in the auditorium. And this is Diana Meiboom's etching class, and the results were fantastic. They all did a wonderful job. And the students were really, really happy with that class, and they want to do it all again. So, and I really like the etchings. This is so good for people who've never done this before. You know, it's fantastic work.
Wir haben ja alle mehrere Drucke gemacht, ja. Genau. Ja, auch, das ist auch schön hier, wie das aufgebaut ist. Ja, genau.
The shaped marble around.
Ja. Bra, bra.
Even stuck kan vi få flera ungdomar.
Ja, eller hur? Absolut. Och med oliven. Kom igen. They're so tiny, you can't even find them with your camera. I'll take another pictures of you.
It's amazing. Yeah. Hopefully it's not going
They are so tiny. Fast really at scale. Större plåtar och riktigt inte. Nej, men det var väldigt roligt.
I need a drink and a bread now.
Oh yeah, that would be nice to start with.
When I come home.
And here is Diana Meiboom on the right with one of her students, Linda. And this is what the students made in Beth Freeman-Kane's class. Again, 2 wonderful birds and a nest and tiny flowers. And of course, this class was supposed to be in collaboration with Michael Yurkovic's gas pump class. So the little nest was supposed to be on there. But of course, Michael's class got cancelled, so they didn't have a scene to put it in.
My students were just so creative, and we didn't have a scene to put them in.
So everyone came up with their own version of, you know, where they put the nest, and yeah, as Beth said, very creative solutions.
Stond ook echt naar je hoekje te kijken hoe dat die heeft Mickey gemaakt.
And these are Tine Kreinen's class results. And in this class you could choose to make either a stamp album or a carousel book, which was the night before Christmas, I believe. And again, wonderful, beautiful results.
You have to prove you have done something.
And then, when I thought I recorded Geoff Wannacott's class projects and Jeannie Brownlee Anderson's class project, I didn't. I thought I pressed record and then pressed it again to end the recording. And that was actually when I started recording. So I have this wonderful recording of people and the floor and everything, but no class project, so I'm really sorry. That was a bit of a mistake. And I only have 2 or 3 photos of these 2 class projects, Jeannie Brownlee Anderson's class and Geoff Wannacott's class. And then, of course, on Thursday, we also had the auction, which was an important part of the week because the money we would raise from the auction would go towards the new foundation of Miniature in June. And if we wouldn't have raised the money, that potentially could have been the end of Miniature in June. But thankfully, almost all of the students made beautiful miniatures, and teachers gave us some miniatures to sell. And we made this little auction catalog for the students to look at. And we had a projector with all the items on it. And I'm sorry I don't have any video footage, but I thought I would show you the items we were selling anyway. We started with the wooden artist easel made by Hanna Maria Clement. And the second one was the silver Georg Jensen bowl, donated and made by Jens Torp. Then we had a garden scene with pet food, a mahogany inlaid table, vintage chairs in 10 scale, a folding sewing box, a lace making pillow and stand made after a real life example, an embroidered wall hanging by an important Swedish embroiderer, a hat shelf, a mini glass house with blooming succulents, 3 potted flowering plants, a pet carrier, a cabinet with lace and buttons, a shadow box with 3 bags, photo album, Jane Eyre book from Dateman, a tray with pumpkins and a fountain, a tray with 6 fruitcakes, a knitted cape, a crocheted blanket, 3 plates of food, a comfortable chair, a chest of drawers, a silver basket with handle, an upholstered bench and ottoman set, a 48th scale washed up cottage kit, 2 statues, a green chair, a porcelain fish plate, a wire fruit stand, a complete filled picnic basket set, a wooden salad bowl and cutlery in red, and another one in natural colors, a fossil collection crate, a hand-painted porcelain plate, a side table with a real marble top, a sable with a French tricorn hat, a teapot with a knitted strawberry cozy, an embroidered sampler in a frame, pottery vase, another pottery vase, a flower pot, another pottery vase, and another flowering pot. And these were made by Kia, who wasn't there, but she did donate them all. A garden bench, a vintage silver horse-drawn carriage, an acer in a tub, 5 flowering plants and flowers, an embroidered pillow, a pull-along swan toy, a snowman sign, an emerald leather bag and backpack with an opening purse, licorice all sorts, leather handbag, keys, organizer and an opening purse, a Heidi Ott doll from the Heritage Doll Company, a doll by Victoria Heredia Guerbos, a Beth Freeman cane snail, a wine decanter set with 2 glasses, an earthenware pitcher and wash bowl, a filled treasure chest, a field of tulips, a complete set of Doll's House Nederland from 2010, a Christmas cake with gingerbread house and trees by Jeannie Brownlee Anderson, a cabinet wardrobe, and last but certainly not least, a collaboration between husband and wife Claire and Ian, an embroidery on a wooden frame. Well, that was it. The auction was a huge success. Everybody loved it, but the most important thing was that we made enough money to set up the new foundation for Miniature in June. So, all being well, there will be a Miniature in June next year and in the coming years, hopefully. So, I leave you today with me driving across the huge suspension bridge going home. And I've got Ursula in the car with me, so that's who you hear me talking to.
So I think it's very pretty. I think.
And for, I think, a month, it was the biggest, what do you call it, suspension bridge in the world.
Right, for 1 month?
For 1 month, and then I think it was Dubai who made a bigger one. They just put some extra up there to be the biggest.
Right.
Oh, I love this part.
Just slowing down again. This is so nice.
It is.
There's a lot of wind.
There is.
Maybe that's why they're slowing down.
I mean, I think it was Friday they cancelled all the ferries from Norway.
Yes, I heard. Yeah.
But it happens frequently, I will say.
Does it?
Yeah. The North Sea wind is really strong.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I know. We're on the North Sea as well.
But around Norway it's really
Even
tough.
worse, yeah.
And then you have the opening into the Danish waters.
Right.
So you have a lot of...
Well, that's it for this week. After this, I was going to spend another week on a beautiful island called Ærø in Denmark on a little holiday. And I'll show you a little bit more of that next week because it was really beautiful. So, until next time.